Hey, Warpugs. I love animals. Do you love animals? I really, really like animals. I also was one of them people that would be up late at night about 2 o'clock in the morning in the 90s. If you remember this, leave a comment below. But there was always a commercial for When Animals Attack Volume 3755. It was always somebody doing something absolutely stupid to get themselves, like, basically pummeled out of active service from life. It was just the dumbest things you'd ever imagine seeing happen. Now, I remember watching those and I'd be like, always sitting there looking at, like, how did you manage to put yourself in a situation where this 1,000-pound animal decided that you just needed to be removed from this general area and existence in total. And then I watch people on TikTok taking pictures with the bison on a regular basis. This is why the aliens won't talk to us anymore. They just don't talk to us at all. Like, they might have used to talk to us. Ancient aliens say they did, but at the same time, no. Guys, this is Casual Geographic. This is a request from the Patreons, from Big E himself. And this is how to survive any animal attack. Do I know who Casual Geographic is? Yes, I do. Have I seen this video? No, I have not. So, we're going to jump into this. If you have never seen Casual Geographic, he was, like, I first saw him when he was talking about chimpanzees. And I wish I had more time to watch stuff of my own, but I don't. Every once in a while I've caught a video by Casual Geographic. So if you've never seen Casual Geographic before now, you're in for a treat. Here we go. How to survive any animal attack.
Oh wait, wrong title. How to make peace with your god, because that's the best you can do if this tank with antlers wants to take your life. The obvious answer here is to just not be around one.
True.
Stay out of Alaska and can't... Wait, was that? Oh, so he's our problem too.
Yes.
Alright then. What you need to understand is that moose aren't afraid of anything.
No.
To be fair, when you can walk on water like Moose Christ and cripple cars, there's not going to be a lot of things that put fear in your heart. But if a moose makes a decision to subtract you from the human population, here's what to do. Back off and run. Find a tree or a building to hide behind and pray that Messiah spares you. Curl into a ball. If a moose knocks you to the ground, you want to protect your head and organs. Yes. While the moose might stomp you out with the force of 50 Ray Rices, curling into a ball will save your life. Do not get up right away. If you get up after an attack while the moose is still around, he'll have no problem issuing a round 2 assault on your soul. So if you see a baby moose, you need to exit the premises immediately. Baby moose is one of the most dangerous things in nature.
Yes.
Why? Seeing that means the next thing you might see is an 800-pound pissed off mother.
Yeah.
The next thing you'll see is a white light. That's how these things happen. I really hope you never need any of what I said in this video, but if you do and it doesn't work out, tell Pop Smoke his album slaps. I made a video on how to survive a moose attack, and after posting it, I realized one thing. Once a moose decides to choose violence, only 2 things can save you. Jesus Christ and the Messiah himself. The best thing to do is not get attacked in the first place. So here are some signs that a moose is about to end you. If a moose stops eating and stares at you, whatever you did to get his attention, stop it, because interrupting a moose's meal is punishable by the death penalty. If a moose lays back its ears or raises the hair on its hump, it means it has homicide on its mind and you need to act accordingly. If a moose smacks or licks its lips or clicks its teeth, that means it's about to remove you from the United States Census. If a moose lowers its head and approaches you, you need to stop whatever you did to get this walking tank's attention before you get put 6 feet under. It pees. I don't know why, but if a moose urinates and makes eye contact with you, you're about 5 seconds away from getting rocked. If a moose
Pretty much, if anybody's, like, if anything's taking a piss while staring at you, that's usually a bad sign. Like, think about it like this. If you were at a gas station one night, and you and a guy got into an argument, you walk outside, he's just taking a piss in the parking lot while staring at you, there are a few things that really, really would unnerve me, but the mental image of that alone disturbs me greatly. I'm just saying.
Moose shows you the whites of his eyes, you need to take the hint before he shows you the whites of the heaven gates. Lastly, if a moose whips his head back like a horse, it means if you get any closer, it will be your series finale. If you don't take the hint, you better hope Messiah has mercy on your soul, also split you in half like mooses to the Red Sea.
Mooses?
Survive a gorilla attack. First of all, why would you ever put yourself in a position where you need to know any of this? Like, seriously.
What would you have to do to piss off a gorilla enough to where it wanted to end you? Seriously. And why would you even be in that situation in the first place? How would you be in that geographic location? Okay, let's just put it like this. If you're stupid enough to be in the same place as a gorilla in the first place, and doing something dumb enough to piss the gorilla off, you deserve what happens to you.
In what scenario would you ever possibly... Oh. First of all, gorillas are 300-pound pacifist vegetarians that try to avoid conflict whenever they can. They're non-violent, and most attacks are actually bluffs.
Look at this. My God, look at that arm. Look at his arms.
That being said, gorillas have the strength of 8 men and a bite force stronger than that of a grizzly bear, so they can easily send you on a first-class flight straight to the heaven gates.
No.
Do not make eye contact. They take it as a sign of disrespect, and you do not want to disrespect a silverback gorilla. Do not show your teeth. They take it as a challenge and an invitation to send your jaw to Jerusalem. Do not thump your chest in front of a silverback gorilla. Actually, if you're dumb enough to do that, you might as well just let natural selection do its thing.
Do it.
Don't scream, raise your arms, or try to make yourself look bigger. He'll put you in your place expeditiously. And by place, I mean the in memoriam section of your local news. Best thing to do is lower yourself and appear as non-threatening as possible. If he approaches you, get on the ground and go completely limp. He might examine you to see if you're a threat, so do not panic. Gorillas don't usually attack anything that seems weaker than they are, which gives them more of a moral compass than high school bullies.
True.
That's how you survive a gorilla attack. How to survive a polar bear. First, you want to make yourself look big. Are you serious? Did you really?
That's what I was saying. You don't. One of the most horrifying stories that I heard, as far as the animal, like any kind of animal encounter went, was from actually Joe Rogan, where he was talking about these explorers that got stranded on the ice shelf, and a polar bear came up, grabbed one of the people, and then just took him away and started eating him while he was alive in front of everybody, and there was nothing they could do. Like, what are you gonna do against this damn thing? Nothing.
Do you think I was gonna have actual advice here?
No.
I mean, look at this. If you're ever in a situation where this is in front of you, just know that living is no longer your choice. What's the expression? If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, get on the ground. If it's white, you finna die. This guy literally decides whether you get to go home to your family or go home to your ancestors. They can run at 25 miles per hour. They can swim at 6.2. Not even Michael Phelps could breaststroke his way out of this one.
Nope.
They can smell a seal from several miles away, so if a polar bear pulls up on you, not only did it already know you were there, the slaughter that's about to occur was premeditated. There is one thing you can do. Research says if you're armed with one shot, the best place to aim is right between your own eyes. You thought I was going to say shoot the bear? Nah, you better press the quit button on life before he takes yours. 10 feet long, 1,000 pounds. All a bullet's going to do is make him want to send you to Shangri-La faster.
Yeah.
Not to mention they have a bite force of 1,235 pounds per square inch. Oh yeah, and the whole playing dead thing doesn't work here. In conclusion, if a polar bear decides it's your time, it's going to put you to rest next to Squidward's hopes and dreams. At least the cubs are cute. Survive a chimpanzee attack.
The cubs are cute. You gotta, yeah. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. If you don't know, chimps are horrifying. Chimps are absolutely horrifying.
You're not going to. We're talking about an animal that kills, mutilates, and cannibalizes members of its own species. They're 4 times stronger than humans, and this one looks like they either came from or is going to prison. You see the triceps? One uppercut and he's sending your jaw to Jerusalem with no return trip. Evolution made humans smart enough to put a man on the moon, but also made chimps swole enough to put a man on the news. The CEOs of Black Air Force Energy. Let's not forget that this one literally ripped a woman's face off. She literally can never use iPhone Face ID because this chimp decided he didn't like her anymore. Chimps will literally coordinate gang assaults on each other. They'll pin their victim to the ground and tear their throat and balls off. They literally perform non-consensual vasectomies on each other. A chimpanzee in Sweden once hit a pile of rocks under a bunch of hay. When visitors arrived to his enclosure, he got the stones and started yeeting them at people. And this was 100% premeditated. Only advice is to jump in water because chimps can't swim. If you can't find any water, be sure to save me a seat at Heaven's Dining Hall. How to survive a hippo attack. You're not going to. That's the end of the video. Team, that means you just reached your season finale. I don't like victim blaming, but a lot has to go wrong in life for this to be in front of you.
How? Like, the dumbest thing I ever did in my life was go great white shark diving off the coast of South Africa. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. And as soon as I hit the water and saw a shark in front of me, I was like, I am the biggest idiot known to mankind. Why am I in this damn water? Why am I in this motherfucking water? I don't know.
Talking about a 16-foot-long, 3,000-pound bipolar tank with homicidal tendencies and tusks. And look how they treat their own kind. What makes you think they'll go easy on you? I think I'm exaggerating. I recently watched a video where an antelope was running away from lions and he jumped into a watering hole. And you want to know what happened next? Hippo pulled up and finished the job with zero regard for his actions. If you're ever this close to a hippo, then my only advice is proporo tiro morir. Built like a Toyota with the personality of Jeffrey Dahmer. Running speeds of 20 miles per hour, can torpedo attack through water, and they're basically bulletproof.
You want to see some scary stuff? Look up hippos chasing boats. It's like, and then realize this thing is as big as it is. That is terrifying.
That is what you're up against. The only piece of advice I have is to run up a hill. That's the best I can do. Actually, I do have another piece of advice. If you're ever a big-time Colombian drug kingpin and you can have any pet in the world, just get a dog. Cocaine hippos are something the world doesn't need to deal with. How to survive a cougar attack. First, you want to avoid happy hour at Applebee's. That's when they're most active and at their most dangerous. Now on to the cats. Now to be fair, mountain lion attacks are rare and deaths are even rarer.
True.
Your own dog's more likely to turn you into a prayer. That being said, they have claws, jaws, and my man is cut.
Yeah.
We're talking about an animal that has the word lion in its name, and I would be lying if I told you this wasn't capable of turning you into a statistic if it wanted to. At 8 feet long, 220 pounds, and the ability to put a moose out of commission, cougars are not to be taken lightly.
No.
Do not run. Running is basically dry snitching on yourself, because by doing that, you're telling the cougar that you're food. Also, humans are an evolutionary failure, because we can't seem to run away from anything.
No,
Don't turn
we
your back
can't.
on a cougar. As ambush predators, they prefer to hit from the back. Attack from behind. Stand your ground, speak in a loud, firm voice, and throw sticks and branches if you have to. The cougar will be forced to assume that you're absolutely crazy, and even they know you don't mess with crazy. Cougars are not very persistent. Once they see that you're going to be a challenge, they'll usually give up. Unlike the cougars you'll find here. How to survive a tiger attack. Unless you're a gay hillbilly redneck with a Netflix series, I don't see why you could ever possibly need this.
You don't. Flat out. You do not. You're dead. You're gone. It's over. It's over. Cancel everything. You're gone.
Also, let's be clear, this is a 12-foot, 600-pound carnivore that will send you to your dead relatives if it wants to. Don't run. You know the flash pass that helps you get on Six Flags rides faster? Trying to outrun a tiger is basically a flash pass to the heaven gates. Face the tiger and back away slowly. A man actually survived an encounter with a tiger by doing this. As ambush hunters, if
I bet you his pants were 20 pounds heavier. You don't need any kind of dietary fiber whatsoever when this thing rolls up on you.
they feel like they've lost the element of surprise, they might not even bother. Stand up tall. Crouching down only makes you look like prey. Also, don't pee near a tiger. That's how they mark their territory. So if you pee around a tiger, they'll take it as a sign of disrespect. And disrespecting a tiger is pretty bad for your health.
Yeah.
Don't antagonize a tiger. This seems like common sense, but I did just see a girl swan dive into the Hudson, so I'm not assuming anything. Let's be clear, this isn't a cougar. Tigers will defend themselves. A man once tried defending himself against a tiger by hitting it with a stick. The tiger then hit him with a one-way trip to his ancestors.
These things swipe. When they swipe their paws, oh my god.
Wear a backwards mask. It'll make the tiger less likely to turn you into a story on the morning news. If all else fails, tell Kobe we miss him. Survive a hyena attack. After extensive research, I came to the conclusion that if you put yourself in a position where this guy decides your fate, you don't deserve to be alive to waste our oxygen supply.
Why would you need to know half this shit? Why would you need to know this? It's like, this is why I don't want to go on, like, my wife is like, she loves survival shows. She's like, oh, I love Naked and Afraid. One day we could do it together. I'm like, hell no! I ain't going to Africa. I ain't going to Africa. I ain't going to where there's pumas. I ain't going to where there's lions. I ain't going to where there's tigers. I ain't doing that shit. Because I know better. I ain't dying for no reason.
I'm talking about an animal that will run the pockets of Simba, Mufasa, and whoever they put in the new Kids remake. I know what you're about to say. It takes like 20 hyenas to take down a lion, right? But that's the problem. Gang violence is a problem everywhere, but it reaches its peak here because hyena clans will reach up to 80 members, and every single one will violate you with extreme prejudice.
Yes.
Can't run. They'll chase you down at 37 miles per hour for as long as 15 miles. It's being run down by the hyena mafia for the length of 264 football fields. You can't play dead because pretty soon you won't be able to play alive. And since they're basically sledgehammers with teeth, you'll be lucky if death spares your soul because they have no ethical dilemmas when it comes to eating their prey alive. And a hyena can break your ribs with one crucial hit stick. Speaking of stick, they could snap your leg the same way we bite into celery. And since their teeth are covered in rotting flesh, even if you survive, the infection you get will make you wish you hadn't. My only advice is to never put yourself in this position in your life. And if you do, my advice to your relatives is closed casket is your only option.
Right.
How to survive a bear
If you have anything left to put in the casket.
attack. First, take whatever God you believe in, Jesus, Allah, Tom Brady, because some of y'all do take it that far, and pray that he gives you the strength to not get put on the 9 o'clock news. Do not run away. God took his time with bears. They can outrun, outclimb, and outswim you. Running triggers his predator response. That's basically signing your death certificate. Slowly back away while speaking in a low but firm voice. Also avoid eye contact. They don't like that. Do not turn your back on a grizzly bear. That is a great way to get revenanted. Unless your last name's DiCaprio, there is no award for getting assaulted by a grizzly.
No.
Also, I heard some people say you should make yourself look bigger. See, that might work with black bears, but if a grizzly stands up and is taller than a basketball rim, not only are you going to feel real stupid, you're also going to die. Also, bear spray is more effective than a gun. All using a gun does is make it personal. You do not want to make things personal with a grizzly bear. If a grizzly attacks you, play dead. If this attacks you, that shouldn't be too hard. Lay face down with your hands behind your neck and try to forgive anybody that may have wronged you in the past. That way, if you do die, you won't die with any hate in your heart. Once the bear decides that you're not a threat and not worth the waste of energy, he'll leave you alone to question every life decision that led you to this point. Make yourself look bigger, my ass. How to survive an elephant. Notice I... said elephant and not elephant attack. That's because if an elephant decides it wants to hurt you, there isn't a force in nature that's going to save you. Forget being sent to Jesus. A pissed off elephant will send your soul straight to oblivion. 13,000 pounds with tusks. They won't send you to heaven or hell. They'll just erase you completely like Epstein. Look at the ears. If an elephant approaches you and the ears are relaxed, it's likely a mock charge. If the ears are pinned back, it's gonna attack. Also, a relaxed trunk means he doesn't consider you a threat yet. A curled trunk means there is malicious intent. He is preparing to end you. Stay downwind. Elephant.
That I've seen pictures. I've seen videos of people in around elephants when they do the mock charges and everything like that, and that is like there was this one tour guide who's sitting there with a little switch, and this elephant that even as far away as it was nightmarishly bigger than he was, started doing this mock charge. He's just sitting there just doing this switch. He's just walking back and forth, just looking at the elephant like, are you going to come on and do this or what? And I was just sitting there watching. I was like, how can you walk and wear shorts like that with the size of your balls, sir?
Elephants have poor eyesight but a strong sense of smell. You want to keep something between you and the elephant. A car, a tree, a mailbox. Literally anything is better than facing this guy defenseless. If he starts to approach you, throw a decoy object. You might be able to distract him long enough, and if that doesn't work, scream. Loud noise might fool the elephant into thinking you're a possible threat, and he'll leave you alone. However, if you have to resort to this and you survive, make sure you play the lottery because you are a lucky motherfucker. Also, you don't want to turn your back on an elephant. Elephants take this as a sign of fear or submission, and they will hunt you down and give you the world's worst facelift.
Oh my god. Oh, I gotta take a look at this. I know what this is. That's an orangutan. Orangutans are the weakest orangutans are 3 times stronger than a bodybuilder. Look at this. You're theirs now. You're theirs now.
I tried to tell you about orangutan.
You're theirs now. There's no you're not getting away anymore. You're done. You're done. You might as well get used to it. God, people are stupid. Ugh. Don't fuck with things. All my links are going to be in the description down below. I have nothing else to say about this. Why on God's green earth do some people decide, I'm going to go, I see this wild animal, look how cute it is. I want to go pet it. And then I don't feel sorry for people when they do something stupid. I really don't. I feel sorry for the people that know them, but I don't really feel sorry for them. Because you should have known better. Like, every single time I see a picture of some idiot with a bison, I'm just like, if that thing turns around, that's 1,000 pounds of anger, okay? That's 1,000 pounds of leaving you the fuck alone. And I'm just like, watching that, I'm like, will you not, just please don't leave it be? Because if this thing decides, if it just looks at you and decides you're going to die, it's pretty much a done deal. If it decides you're a threat, oh my God, I don't understand people, man. Like, stuff that I thought was basic knowledge. Don't screw with animals. Because not everyone is fluffy and cute and cuddly. Even though they might look fluffy and cute and cuddly, they might just decide you deserve to die for a minor offense. Like, look at this. Look at this. This thing snaked its hand out, grabbed his shirt, and now that man belongs to that orangutan. It's over. So, I watched this one tour, and it was the most nerve-wracking thing I have ever, like, one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever seen. They would take tours out, and there was an orangutan that would come up to the group, and it would grab one, it would always come up to one of the people, grab one of them, and just hold them until they got food and stuff like that. And when it happened, it was so nerve-wracking watching it, because you're sitting there watching that, and it would grab their hand and just hold on to them, and sometimes it would put their hand in its mouth and just like rub its teeth back and forth. I don't know if you've ever done everything you can not to panic, but that's one of those times. Because when something like that grabs a hold of you, there is no getting away from it. There is no struggling. There is no nothing like that. You are the property of that animal at that point. And they have encouraged this behavior by giving that animal food when it does this. So I would hate to see what happens the day they don't have food and they bring a tour group out there and that animal grabs somebody expecting food and doesn't get it. I don't even want to contemplate, because whatever that animal decides to do at that point, it's going to do, and there ain't nothing anybody can do to stop it. It'd be like trying to fight a space marine out of armor. It'd be that level of ridiculous. Casual Geographic's link's gonna be in the description down below. Leave wild animals alone. My link's gonna be in the description below, including from my lore channel, Patreon, everything like that. I'm gonna shut up. Videos like this distress me personally. I'll catch you guys next time. My God.